Welcome to another edition of On Air with Mark. Oh boy. One more day has passed, and the Chicago White Sox are still at 27 wins. So I am pretty convinced that they may not win another game this season because you just want to talk about rolling over and dying. Wow. Okay. So I had a quick stat that I wanted to share. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you better brace yourself. Brace yourself because you might blast off. The Chicago White Sox have a run differential of negative 241 runs. Negative 241 runs. So, man, this team isn't bad. They are bad. Bad with a capital B. Okay. So, aside from that, I will get into some other things. So, Tyreek Hill gets a juicy restructured contract. Justin Herbert is now in a walking boot. This guy was perceived to be extremely durable, which I thought. And I thought he was extremely durable. Now, have you noticed that he's becoming or is injury prone? So now this isn't a crazy take at all. But the Chargers are going to have to start looking for or planning on drafting a possible replacement. And because these quarterbacks are just one horrific injury away from ruining their entire career. Okay, now, aside from that, let's get into some boxing now. Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is a bad man now. Now that fight on Saturday night. Madrimov gave him a hell of a fight. And now, if it wasn't for that final round where Terrence just put it on him, you could have made a case that Madrimov won, or at very least, the fight should have ended in a draw. Now, there are now two fights that must happen with Canelo. The first one is fighting David Benavidez, because that has to happen. Now, the second fight is Canelo versus Terrence Crawford, because that guy fills out nicely. When he moves up and he doesn't look small. He doesn't look small. He actually fills out. So you take into account that with his off the charts fight IQ and power and smarts, he is a viable opponent for Canelo. So I'm looking forward to those two fights, and I really hope that Terrence gets one more bag, gets one more massive payout because he deserves it. And let's see, okay, what else is there? As far as the Olympics, Steve Kerr is in some hot water because players there are saying that he's playing favorites and he's not really coaching fairly and doing substitutions that he shouldn't be doing. So I don't know about that, but I wouldn't be surprised because Steve Kerr, but he's always had things like that. For example, with the whole Draymond thing. So I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, circling back, the Chicago White Sox are still at 27 damn victories. Man, this team. So this has been another episode of On Air with Mark, which is now off air.